Hello chums, welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. It is the first day of week 2 of our 18th birthday event. Can you even believe it? And what a fabulous time we've had. Day 8 of the 14 and still lots to come. You know, if you think that we're going to be winding down into the final week, think again. We are only just getting started, and that has been shown with the show already today, our wake-up call with a brand new launch of the fantastic gold shimmer ink pads, which you guys have absolutely loved. Congratulations to those of you that got in early, and I would say, we always say it now, wake-up call is the one. If you can set your alarm and get up a little bit earlier, particularly on days when there's a launch, particularly on birthday days, then you are going to reap the benefits and reap the rewards of that. The brand new ink pads have gone down an absolute storm. We will talk more about that in just a little bit. We'll talk about your options as well. Thankfully, the showstopper option is still available for you, which will unlock not 1 but 2 bonus buys. And I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. What I will tell you though is when we get round to that, if you're thinking, I can sit back and relax and take my time and get me showstopper, you can't, because we are at a position where we're going to be counting them down shortly because we've got that few of them remaining. As always, it is double points. As always, the more you comment and fire questions over and requests of anything that you want to see, the more chance you've got of winning, because we've got that £300, $300 voucher to give away on Sunday. Someone's got to win it. Why not let that person be you? And all you've got to do to get into the draw is send in a question, send in a comment, say hello, let us know what you're shopping for, all that kind of stuff. And of course, we've got free gifts for you as well, which I will go through in just a few moments' time. But with it being a launch of brand new ink pads, there was only one. There can be only one. What was that? Highlander. There can be only one who will take us through this journey of discovery over the next couple of hours. The crafty Yoda, that is the one and only, the one and only Leann Chivers. One of my favorites you are. Crafty oracle you are. Much knowledge you have.
So short, round, green and pointy ears.
No.
That's where we're going.
I'll
take the crafty Yoda. Yoda is one of my very favourite characters.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it.
And my dad does look like Yoda. So...
Need to see a picture now.
Just going to leave it there at that, Ben. But I'm okay with it, I have to say. I do like to reference characters to my family, as you've probably realised, because we've had the Swedish chef slash Eagle from the Muppets' husband, and now we've got Yoda is my father. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it's going to go.
I'm really excited.
Short and green he is. His ears point up to the sky, they do. Anyway, I'm very excited to be here for the next 2 hours, Ben. I can't wait. We're going to have a good time, aren't we? And we're going to have a good time with one of the best launches, I think, that we've had this birthday with our fabulous gold shimmer ink pads.
Yeah, absolutely right. I'll take you through everything that you need to know and then we'll get into this quickly. What I want from you over the course of the show is any questions that you want to ask, and feel free to ask anything. Don't think, it's probably asking wake-up call. If it was and we answered it then, if you weren't watching, well, that's no good to you, is it? So ask any questions that you want. If we have to repeat, that's absolutely fine. If there's anything in particular that you'd like to see, again, ask. We'll do our very best. If we can show you something that you need to see, we, of course, will do that. But just keep the comments coming through. Let us know what you're shopping for as well. Free gifts today. So if you spend £10 or $10, we have got a lovely set of your stamps, sentiment stamps. That is the many thanks. So you do get many thanks in there in lots of different styles and fonts. So 18 of those. When you spend £10, that will be automatically added to your cart. When you spend 50, you'll get the stamps plus the last of the what?
I love that one.
Oh, it is. Do you know what?
It's a bit of me, that one, Ben.
Is it?
Yeah, I like it. Because that white almost looks pearl.
Well, do you know what? I agree with you. And when I saw on my sheet this morning, white, I was a bit like, white. Because we've had some really lovely colours this week. But now I've got it in my hands and I'm seeing it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Got to catch them all, got to collect them all. That is number 8 of 8. So spend 50 and you'll grab that today and have the full set. From tomorrow, it will be a random one which is popped into your cart. Let us know if you've collected all 8, by the way. And then when you spend 100, you get those 2. Plus, you're going to get your Crafter's Companion Jute Tote. That one is the 100 spend. Perfect for your crafty bits and pieces, but also, as we've already discussed, perfect for popping in your lunch as well. Right, let's quickly build this up and we'll get on to chat around these ink pads in detail with Leann. So, this is how it works. If you decide that you want to go for the brand new ink pads, you need this bundle. It is the Gold Shimmer Ink Pad Collection, 8 brand new ink pads that you're going to be getting here for £36 or $56. You've got that saving even on the launch, and then you've got your double points on that as well. So that is just here. If you decide to go the way which the majority of people have done, you then go for the Showstopper. The Showstopper bundle is, of course, all of those ink pads, and then you get all of the other goodies that you're seeing here. In essence, you're getting £103 worth, $86 worth of extra crafty goodies. So stamps, dies, stencils, more stamps than the Twas the Night Before Christmas collection, 2 floral frame cut and emboss folders, and you're getting your blending tool with replacement heads. That is £86 or $103 worth of crafty goodies that you're picking up for an extra £30 or $40. Platinum price is £60 or $88 on that. And then you open up the bonus buy door. That bonus buy is either more of the ink pads that you get within this collection, so more of the gold ink pads, or you can choose to go for the original Shimmer ink pads, the silver ones, where you get 10. And we'll look at that in much more detail as we go. What I need to tell you from the top is that the Wake Up Call show that we had this morning was very, very busy. We had lots of you up early, lots of our friends across the pond as well, setting their alarms and getting up to get those deals. And if you're relaxing into this show thinking, I'll sit back and watch Leann's demos and buy at the end of the show, I wouldn't, because we have only got of the Showstopper left. Bang. 101 Showstoppers. That's it.
Is that all?
That's all. Yes. Which means it's loads of you bought in the show, loads of you bought in between the shows as well, and that means you've only got 101 bonus buys available too. So if you want to be able to get more of those goodies for half the price, you need to be shopping at the start of the show. What I would say is, when you see this sort of initial sort of exploration into what we're doing here with Leann, you love it, get in, buy it, and then you can relax and enjoy the rest of the show. A few quick hellos, and then we will go. Must say a big hello to Lynn Bledsoe in Indiana, Cindy in Texas, Lynn Blackledge from the Isle of Wight. Oh, Lynn, thank you so much, by the way. You sent in some hats, didn't you?
Was that Lynn?
I'm sure that was Lynn from... Let us know.
Who sent Michelle's hat and Nicola's hat?
Yes.
What?
I'm sure that was...
I'm interested to know, are they crocheted?
Let us know, Lynn. A, if it was you, I'm 90% sure it was, and B, how you made them. I think I only saw one. Was it?
There's a one in the green room.
Are they both pink?
No, purple.
Ah.
I'll run and get it and show you.
Okay. Nadia's in from Kentucky. Nanny to the Girls is in from central Wisconsin. Lois is in from Ohio, the place that looks like a tractor. Kim Fish is in Florida. Betty Gossel says, good morning again from, haven't done this in a while, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. Hi to Patty Redmond from Michigan. Van Bridge says, West Wales, UK, says hello. Hello. Johnny, he just went Welsh Massive. Sherry Burns says, good morning from Drury, Indiana. But perfect for crafting. Ord79 says, Leann, I love Yoda and also Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. You two are hilarious. And oh my, what a visual picture I now have of Liam's dad, says Heather. Sarah Brown's with us from Australia. Shall I put this on? Do you want me to put this on?
I just thought I was... It's from Go Live Granny.
Yeah, Lynn. Lynn, the hashtag Go Live Granny. That is absolutely...
Isn't it fantastic?
Beautiful. For Michelle?
That's for Michelle.
Well, I won't put it on then because I'll stretch it because I've got a big head.
But you've got to see Nicola and hers. Oh my word. I'll put her on my Facebook page for you. I'll grab a photo of her. She looks absolutely exceptional in it. I love it.
Can we get Nicola in, do you think? Brent's gone. Brent's just outside. We should definitely get her in and to have a look at her and her hat. That is brilliant. Thank you so much for sending these. I could do with a new hat, actually.
I love it. I bet it's warm, that's for sure. I think it must be crocheted.
Yeah.
Let us know, Lynn.
Yeah. I'll just pop that. Shall I leave that there? Thank you, Elizabeth from hi to Elizabeth in Wisconsin and Jean in Mississippi, and also to Helen Rankin, who says you are our inspiration, Leanne.
Oh.
Right. Johnny, shall we? I'm an inspiration in many other ways, Johnny. Right, you've got to be quick with the showstopper, but let's look through these, Leanne, for people who haven't seen them yet. Why is everyone losing their minds over these new ink pads?
Now, you absolutely loved our shimmer ink pads when we brought them to your last birthday with the silver shimmer in, and they are stunning, and I thought it wasn't possible for us to match how fabulous they are, but we have managed to do that with these fabulous shimmer ink pads, which are infused with a gold luminosity running all the way through, which gives you that beautiful kind of faux centura faux. I was trying to be posh. Faux centura pearl look. It looks absolutely incredible, I have to tell you. And all of the things that you can do with a pigment ink pad, you can do with these, because you get beautiful colour laid down, fabulous opacity, they remain sticky so you can do all of your techniques, they're water based so you can watercolour with them. The possibilities with these, Ben, are endless, and we'll have a look at that with all of our demonstrations that we've got in this 2 hours for you. I'm just drying them quickly before I show you, because when the ink is wet, it interferes with how you get the shine from that beautiful gold mica in there that's infused all the way through. Yeah. So if I just take some of the moisture away, that's when you can see that beautiful shimmer and shine. Yes. Now that is one swipe of an ink pad across a piece of multi-purpose matte white cardstock. Yeah. And look at the shine that you've got there. Look how it picks up the light. It's magical, Ben. And when you start to use them and you see the different techniques, you experience that, you feel it for yourself. My word, these are exceptional. I'm thrilled with what we've managed to achieve with these, Ben.
They are absolutely next level, and I'll keep repeating it because it was the same with the Mermaid Dreams collection. You think that's great through our camera, looking at your TV screen. Wait till you get this home and you see it up close and personal in real life. It's even better for you. Lots of lovely questions coming in already, and we will, by the way, we are under 100 showstoppers now left. 3 more of you have checked out in the first 13 minutes of this show. I'll keep reminding you because I want to make sure that you get your showstopper, more than anything, in the fact that you get the showstopper, then you can buy more of these ink pads. As you see them, you'll want to get more than one set, and whilst once the showstopper goes, you'll still be able to buy them. You'll be paying full price. Why not get the showstopper now and get the second set for half price on that bonus buy? Right, let's go back and keep looking at these with Leanne. Are you stenciling over there?
I'm stenciling, Ben, because I think this is a great way to show you how fabulous they are. Yeah. So all I've done is taken a stencil, and on a piece of white multi-purpose cardstock, I've used repositionable tape here and here to keep my stencil still. And then I'm just using my daubers, and I'm pushing the ink through the stencil with the dauber. Now, what I find with this is that I get beautiful, opaque, solid laydown of colour, and I get into all of those little tiny small areas in a stencil to get that really lovely effect. It also lets me ombre between colours if that's what I want to do. Now, I'm not going to do the whole stencil because nobody needs that in their life. No. I've got so much I want to show you. I'm just going to do a part of it. What I do is change my dauber between each colour, Ben. Yes. Because what I find that does is just keep your dauber nice and clean for the next one, but it also lets you do the ombre between colours by just overlapping a little bit and not contaminating the end, so that it's nice and pristine and you're keeping your ink pads nice and clean. Patricia would like to know what paper or card is best to use these on. It depends on the technique. It will work on all. Okay. So I'm using multi-purpose here because I want a nice flat surface that I'm stenciling through. I've got a demonstration coming up soon where I'm going to be using watercolor card with water techniques. Yeah. You can use it on black card to get the interference. You can use it on Nina to stamp with and dry it, and then colour with your alcohol markers if you want to. So you can use it on vellum. So there is not a cardstock or a paper that I would say to you, you can only use these with that.
Okay.
Which is another great reason for these Shimmer ink pads, Ben, because to the point we were making this morning, you really cannot go wrong with them.
No.
It's not possible to do anything drastic where you think, oh, I really regret that at all, because they're so forgiving and so easy to use. And you get beautiful, beautiful lay down, opaque lay down of colour. I mean, look at the intensity and the vibrancy I've got with these. It truly is. It's just beautiful. It really is. It's gorgeous and very, very easy for you to achieve.
Will you be doing some heat embossing again later? Because Peggy Whisker still wants to know whether that affects the shimmer when you do that.
It affects it a little bit, but you can still see it. But yes, I can certainly do that for you, Peggy. No problem at all.
And will we be possibly putting these onto some craft card? Becky Haas has asked, what would these look like on craft card?
On craft card, we can have a look at that too. I'll grab a piece. I've got no problem showing any of that. In fact, there's some craft card here, Ben. As
beautiful.
We speak. Let's just have a look.
You keep the questions and the requests coming. We'll do as we can. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, to that answer.
Yes, Becky.
Yes, Becky. Look, I'm going to dry this. So the beautifully opaque, you can see, you've just got that vintage look underneath. And then you've still got on craft the beautiful shimmer.
Oh, yes.
You can see that there coming
Slightly
through.
different effect
there
again.
We go. You can see that shimmer catching the light. So a little bit more of a vintage shimmer with that.
Yes.
But I think that's good.
Good.
So any cardstock, any colour, black, white, cream, coloured, whatever you want. These are an opaque pigment ink pad which will colour whatever surface you put it onto, and you'll get that beautiful, beautiful shimmer coming through. I said I wasn't going to do the full stencil, and I've chin-wagged quite a while.
Well, that's all right. I've been furnishing you with questions, so we've passed the time.
And done quite a bit, haven't I?
You have.
So I'm going to stop in a second, but before I do, I just want to show you one other quick tip, Ben. Now, I'm going to take a clean dauber, and this is, keep this as my, what I would call a blending dauber. And so that goes across lots of different colours. And then where I've got a little line between the orange and the yellow, I just polish that out.
Okay.
And then where I've got a little line between the red and the orange, I just polish over the top, and I don't worry about changing it. And that polishes that in. And then with that, on a spare piece of paper or card, I just clean it off.
Yeah.
So I do it on the back of here, for example. Clean the dauber. Look, there's not that much left on. For all it's stained. And now that could go into any other colour combination and just smooth that out. And then you just clean it again on the back of a piece of cardstock.
Right.
And I would keep that for blending. So they're all of my top tips. Now I'm just going to peel up the stencil.
Yeah.
And then I always work on a piece of card bigger. So if it peels the surface of the card away, it doesn't matter. You're trimming it down. And then give it a quick dry with your heat tool, just because that maximises the shimmer, because it removes all of the moisture.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
Ooh,
you can see
yes.
the light. Look at that. You can just see it. The shimmer, the shine, the way it catches the light, that gold luminosity through all of those beautiful colours. It's like a shot silk with a gold thread. It's absolutely, I can't think of a word. I keep saying gorgeous, stunning, exceptional, amazing.
All of those and more.
Breathtaking. All of those words that you would want to use to explain, you'll just run out of, because until you get this in your own hands and see it yourself, it's absolutely exceptional, Ben. It really is. And anybody can do that, anybody at all. It works just as well on your die-cut sentiments, and you would do it in exactly the same way. So if I just take my scrap piece of cardstock here, I'm just going to show you this quickly because I love it. So die-cut sentiment, where there is faith and hope, miracles happen. My dauber. This is a white piece of multi-purpose cardstock over the top, because I want to make it a beautiful ombre gold pearlescent sentiment.
Okay.
Just take my daubers into the ink pad, direct to the card. So you can see I'm just pushing it down. Dauber's definitely best for this because you've got a fine die cut.
Yeah.
So if you try to use a brush, you're going to rip it, distort it, tear it. So definitely use your dauber for that. Just go between the colours as you wish. however you would like to use them. Not hard or difficult to do at all. And then when you've done that and we pick it away, you'll see how beautiful the pearlescence is on this too. Let me just do that. There we go. Pick it up, pop it out of the way, pop it against that background I've just stenciled there, and you'll be able to see, look, the beautiful shimmer and shine on that sentiment, which looks absolutely beautiful. And look at the seamless ombre.
Yeah.
And I've just literally dabbed colour on there, and it looks stunning. Two of my favourite ways, I like to always show you this first because I think these are two of my very favourite ways of using these ink pads. But of course, there are myriad others, and we're going to go through a lot of them this 2 hours.
Alison's just saying, apparently, she says, I've got no artistic ability, so I'm wondering whether to try these or not. What would you say to that?
So you need to take a stencil and get a dauber on your finger and go... needs no artistic ability whatsoever.
What do you do?
Because can I also say I have zero artistic ability. You know, my physics teacher and my art teacher told me to bring a magazine to the lessons, wrote on my report, Leanne has absolutely no aptitude for this subject whatsoever. Please send a magazine to the next lesson. So it's not artistic ability, it's just confidence to have a go and play and not beat yourself up if you don't love it at the end, but have another go. So I would say, get them, try them, you're going to love them, and you need zero artistic ability to make these work for you.
Can I just say as well, from my point of view, a guy who likes to have a little play now and again. You know, I've been here for 3 years now, and I worked in craft before, but never sort of got the opportunity to have a go. And you know me now, I have a go. I've got my own MIDI at home now. I've got my own little crafty stash. I make cards on special occasions. I still do crafting with my daughter. I do craft-alongs with these guys. If I get offered the opportunity to have a go, I have a go, and I'm not the best in the world. But you know what? I don't worry about that because I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. I have fun doing it. I enjoy trying new things, and that's absolutely what you should do. If you have an inkling that you're going to enjoy doing this, what does it matter? It's not a competition. Nobody wins at the end of it. You're just having fun. It's a hobby. Enjoy it. Pick it up. Have a go. You do you with this. Absolutely, that's what you should be doing. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. As long as you enjoy it, what does it matter? And I know so many of you out there do love our products, do love having a go, and that's the genius with this as well. As you've seen, like, you know, all of the colours here are there for you to have a play with, and the more you watch this show and go back and watch Wake Up Call earlier on as well, you'll pick up loads of hints and tips, and you'll see all the different ways that you can use them, so you have plenty to have a go with when you get back. A few comments, and we'll do some questions as well. Lots of great questions coming through, so we'll fire those at the end in just a second. But hey to Susan, who says, I've got the original Shimmer ink pads, and these gold ones look absolutely gorgeous. Beverly says, hello everyone, cannot wait to see what Leanne does with these inks. She is a master of all she touches. She is. Mary Beth Dawes says, there couldn't be a better person to launch these than Leanne. She is such a great teacher, and as we found out earlier on as well, the best answerer. Hi to Peg Conrad, who's in Indiana, saying happy 18th birthday. Thank you. Jennifer Dawson says, I got my order in this morning. Now I'm enjoying all of the demos. Catherine Wood joins us from Shrewsbury, and Sarah Drabble is in, saying good afternoon from Lee-on-Sea. C. Newkirk is back with us. Terry Anderson says, I'm back and watching and crafting, Leanne. You'll never guess what I have plugged into my G2 USB port. It's a mini fan that I found on clearance for $4. Yes, a fan that sits on my G2 to keep me cool.
Idea, but isn't that fantastic that we've...
Fantastic.
It's fantastic. I didn't even realise I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I think that's fantastic that you're able to find things that you just want and need in your craft room. That really makes it more comfortable for you. You can plug it in the back of your machine because we included those USBs. Genius.
Genie, yes. Lynn, the hashtag Girl of Granny says, yes, I did make the hats. They're amazing. They are crocheted, apparently. Fantastic job. Thank you, Lynn, so much for sending those in. I know the team love them. Hi, Peggy Brown from Alabama. And Susan Carter says, I have 3 pens and loads of CC goodies. 2 more orders coming my way. Sarah Brown, read your question. Will those pens that we're giving away as the freebies be available after? As a little birdie tells me, possibly so, yes. If we've got any left. We've got only 93 of the showstoppers left. I've just tweaked to that, so another 8 of those have gone in about the last 10 minutes. I've got so many questions, so do you want to do a little question-y quick-fire answer thing now?
Yeah,
or?
Of course. Yeah. Do whatever you want. I'm easy.
All right, some quick-fire questions then.
Yeah.
Let us do this as my tablet decides to reset itself. So, Creative Blessing says, these colours are so rich in depth of colour. Did I hear you say that they are water-based, so would we be able to blend out the colour?
Correct.
Yep. Oh, now here's a request for something which potentially we could do later if we can do it. Les55 says, Leanne, could you please show how to use the inks on embossing folders as a letterpress?
Absolutely, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, that was good. Robbie says, can you use a dauber you've used with the Shimmer inks with any other inks like the opaque pigments?
All of them. I would actively encourage it.
Okay. How about using these on Centura Pearl, says Stephanie?
A bit of a waste of your pearl cardstock, to be honest, because it's just pearl on pearl. It's not going to improve the look at all, so I would keep your good pearl cardstock for your good curl cardstock? Pearl cardstock even. And then use your shimmers on your plain white card, because you're going to get a very similar result.
Sarah Leahy, hello Sarah, I feel like I've not heard from you in ages, but lovely to have you with us. She says, will these work with the thing that is launching on Friday at 3?
What's launching on Friday?
Those metallic watercolour palette.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yes, they will. Affirmative.
And I think, are we up to date? Other questions? Just hold the line, please, caller. Hold the line. What colour hat do you want, Ben? Says Lynn. Oh. Oh. I'm a big fan of blue.
I was just going to say blue for you.
Ah.
Nice, like a slate.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yes.
like a denim dark slate.
Yes.
Blue. Classy.
Lynn. Thank you. Right. We go back to Leanne. Let's get back into it. Keep the questions coming, enjoying this. Hi Betty in Idaho. Hi Amelia in Chicago saying, great hat. And Zoe Carver says, afternoon, I can feel the shimmer from Captain's Companion all the way down here in West Sussex. Right, what we're going to do next is I feel like we've got a lot to do, Leanne.
So I am going to actually do, I've got a piece of cardstock here and I'm going to do both the inking up a folder, inking up a piece of card once it's been embossed, but I'm just going to cut a piece of cardstock while we're talking, and I think at the same time we'll do the ink in a folder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's just do it while we're on with folders. I think that would be great. I love your requests coming in, because if you're thinking it, somebody else is thinking it, so it's great to be able to show you. So first things first, I've got here a lovely piece of cardstock which has been already through the embossing machine. It's the 3D folder that comes free in the Gemini Junior, if anybody's interested. And then I'm just going to take my ink pads direct to this, and I'm just going to add colour randomly. And that, I mean, it already looks beautiful. So I'm just adding it on direct from the pad, and I love that you can do that where you don't really need to have any precision or you know, worry about it at all. You
and
can
this
just
comes
go
back to the people like Alison who say, oh, I've got no artistic ability. And we had a message from someone earlier saying, oh, you know, I'm a bit worried about sort of mucking it up. But this shows that, well, anyone can do this, can't they? Anybody.
Everybody can do this, Ben, absolutely. And I'm going to go in now with a bit of flame pink. I'm going to spice it up.
Spice up your life.
Yeah. Going to pop that in here. Have a little bit up there just to tie it in. Maybe there's a little bit up there. A little bit here coming in from the left and a little bit there.
Yeah.
There we go, that's it. So look, artistic ability, 0. Just pop it on there. And then I like to use a blending brush just to move that ink around and get it into some of the areas which haven't quite hit, because it's a textured embossing folder. And I don't want to waste loads more ink trying to get it all in there. I just want to smooth out those blends.
That's it.
And get the colour spread all around. So I'm using one blending brush. I'm not even going in between colours, as you can see, and then I'm just pushing that into all of those spaces, and in a matter of moments that's beautifully blended. To clean your brush, little spritz onto kitchen paper with water, push your brush along it, clean.
Nice.
So easy to do. Now that is a beautiful embossed pearlescent, gold pearlescent back. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And that's 0 artistic ability, that's just the ink pad doing the job for you. And then what I'm going to do is take Midnight Shore.
Midnight Shore.
Gilded Sky. Midnight Shore, doing it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to take Midnight Shore now, and I'm going to, with the small end of the ink pad, and that's why we've shaped, not only are they ergonomic in terms of fitting in your hand beautifully, that's what you expect from all of our ink pads, new ink pads in the collection now, but it's also great because you can use the fine ends for details. And I'm just going to, gently, oh my word, I love this so much.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'm just going to drag it along and catch the high areas of the folder with that Midnight Shore and create, it just is the most opulent, look, it's just picked up the little dots on there, the most opulent, beautiful, aged, vintage look and feel. Notice I'm only going in one direction, I'm not going around in circles.
And it's a very light touch, I guess,
A very light touch, and I either go down or I go up.
Yeah.
On the design. I'm not going in circles. If I go in circles, I'm going to pick up more detail than I want to, and it's not going to hit the high spots. Just get the high spots going in one direction. Don't worry if you don't catch them all. You really don't need to. Get out your heat gun. Give it a good dry, because remember, when the ink is wet, and I will always keep reminding you of this, when the ink is wet, it doesn't show the sheen as much as it does when it's dry. The moisture interferes with the light catching the gold shimmer underneath, so always give it a little dry before, or let it dry naturally, it doesn't have to be with a heat gun, before you assess the intensity of the shimmer. And then once that's happened, I mean, that's just the most incredible background, Ben. Pop a little sentiment on there, you need nothing else, a bit of matting and layering, a bit of black card behind there. And then if I just show you, look, that's that colourway, which gosh, I mean,
and again, without taking anything away from you, because you are a genius, and this is for Alison again, who's worried she's got no artistic skills. I mean, it looks like a piece of art.
It looks like a piece of art.
Done with no special skills.
No special skills whatsoever. Here's the colour that we did this morning.
That one this morning. Come on.
I love it. And then here's the other one we did, where we had the silver background and then the gold on top. So look, you choose. Each one of them, different colours, different techniques, looks beautiful. You could have an hour just doing that. You've made 12 cards. I'm just going to quickly ink on the folder.
Oh, for the letterpress, is this?
Yes. So the ink's going to go on this side. So it's going on the side with the Crafter's Companion screen print on. It's going on the debossed side, which means when it embosses... Now let me just make sure that's right, Leanne. That is going there to push that through. Is that right? Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so now I've convinced myself I'm right. That's what we're going to do. So it's going on the debossed side. Pick your colours. I'm just going to take the same colours that we've just had, Ben, because it's easier.
Okay.
And so I'm just going with the ink pad straight to the folder.
By the by, if you look at the heat tool that Leann's been using, that is on a 3 for 2 on essentials that we've got on the web today. Things like that. We've also got your rocker blocks on there as well. I think the 8x8 stamping platform, stamping mats, they're all on there. If you shop the day today, heat tools on there as well. You'll be able to pick up lots of craft room essentials on a 3 for 2. Obviously get the cheapest one for free, but do check that out. It's on the web today. Thank you for these questions as well. This is really, really interactive. Exactly what we want, exactly why you guys love us. I will tackle all of your questions. We'll do them just before a short break in a minute after we've seen this with Leann. So again, just choosing an array of colours, and you're not being particularly specific as to what goes where. No.
Nope. Just popping it on.
Dabbing it down.
Just dabbing it down, seeing where I feel I want a little bit, where I want a bit more, where I want a bit less. And with an embossing folder, when you're doing this technique, I've done it here so that when I show you it, I can show you the difference. Don't push your ink pad in.
Right.
And I've done that here so that when I emboss it, and you see the difference between pushing the ink pad in, because it's pushed it into the white spaces, and then in these areas, just dabbing it, because it leaves all of the inside pieces with no ink.
Yeah.
That's what comes forward as white and does that letterpress look and feel for you. Just checking I'm putting the right lid on there. So once you've done all that, you just take your piece of cardstock, pop it in to your folder, fold up your folder, pop it through your machine.
Okay.
I'm just using the MIDI.
Well, I know why you're using that.
Why?
Oh, because it's simplicity.
It's simplicity without electricity.
Yay.
And with a letterpress, I like to go out and then back through again when I'm doing letterpressing on the MIDI, just to make sure that I've got good transference of the ink. And I can already see that this might now be my new favourite.
Oh. Look at the grin on your face. That's so funny.
You know, when you're proud of yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, praise be.
Come on, look at that. How How incredible is
Boom.
that? Absolutely stunning. Now you can see here some of the yellows transferred where you leave all the white. Now if we do it on the other side, and while we're in the break, I'm going to ink the other side and do it the other way, you'll see the opposite of it. But can I just say, have pieces of cardstock, because the next thing you want to do with this is little spritz.
Yes.
Spritz, because remember they're water reactive.
Reactivate it,
So
yeah.
another piece of cardstock in there, and because it's going through the midi, it's fine to have water in the midi.
Yeah.
Just go through again, and you're going to use up the spare ink and get maybe 2 or 3 different impressions with that one application of ink, which is hardly any, and make yourself lots of beauty.
I love when Leanne's on. Oh, yes, come on.
Come on.
If there's a studio audience here, they'll be up on their feet.
Look at the difference between the two. Which do you prefer?
Yeah.
I think I like the one with the water.
The second one. The one
I think I like the second
do.
one.
You got a round of applause
and
from
I know
Liam.
you need to have a break. You need to give people time to buy, because I'm sure there's only 86
I
left.
know, there's only 86
Do
left.
not miss out. Do not miss out. Don't say we didn't warn you. What's that? I'm Taylor Swift. Don't say I didn't say I didn't warn you. Yeah, that. And I'm going to ink the other side of the folder and show you the opposite effect after the break.
Can I just say, first of all, thank you for all the requests. And that one we did because one of you asked. So it just goes to show we are reactive and interactive today for you. Loads of questions coming through. So we will ask those the other side of the break in just a second. But Eleanor Swing Jones says, that is awesome. It's absolutely beautiful, says Helen. Hannah says, one of my favourite embossing folders. Love the colours. And Laurie Townsend Geekman says, this would be really pretty, combining the silver colours with the gold. Patty says, those are amazing. Don't forget, showstopper is go. You gotta go. 86 left. We've got about 50 of you with unchecked baskets. Potentially, if you're all after the showstopper, that takes us down to 30. You can see how quickly this is going. And just to answer the question very quickly that someone's asked, the bonus buy, you can get more of the gold if you want. Someone was asking, can I get the original Shimmer Inkpads as the bonus buy? Yes, you can, but only whilst we've got the showstopper. Once the showstopper goes, you'll still be able to get those, but you'll be paying full price. Why would you wait? Why would you risk that when we've got now less than 86 of these remaining? So get more of the gold ones, get the silver ones if you wish, but do it now, because you know what? You're going to be wowed, you're going to be mesmerised, and chances are, if you leave your item in your basket, you're going to forget, because Leanne is going to be working her magic for the next hour or so. So get your goodies now, then you can come back and relax, ask questions and interact with us. But we're going to give you about 3 or 4 minutes here. Get your carts and baskets checked out. We'll come back with more and answer your questions in about 3 or 4 minutes.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hi, I'm Ben from Crafters TV. As you may know, we've just launched an amazing new website, our new home of papercraft to house all of your crafty needs. And as we've had a bit of a makeover, I'm here today to help you log into your account on our brand new site. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Go to the Crafter's Companion homepage. Make sure to select the correct location at the top of the page. Go to the My Crafters icon on the top right of your screen. Next, enter your email address. Then, enter your password. Click the Sign In button. You should now be logged into your account and taken to your My Crafters page. When you're ready to log out, go to the left-hand side of the page and click the Log Out button in the My Account box. When you're logged out, you'll be taken back to the Crafter's Companion page. And it's as easy as that.
The party is here. It's time to find your sparkle because Crafter's Companion is turning an amazing 18.
We've got Disco Fever and you're all invited to light up the dance floor for our biggest and brightest party yet.
And it's the hottest ticket in town and everyone's on the guest list.
So follow the call of the disco ball and join us from the 9th to the 22nd of October.
We'll be shining the spotlight on a dazzling lineup of amazing new launches, offers and so many surprises.
And Crafters TV has been transformed into a boogie wonderland with live fun and crafty goodies every day.
And we're keeping the party going with Birthday 24/7. Tune in to enjoy non-stop Crafters TV all day, every day throughout the entire birthday celebration.
So, Dancing Queens, what are you waiting for? Visit our amazing new Crafter's Companion website to join the fun and shine bright.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out. We are busy at the old checkouts today. Super, super busy. More of you going for that showstopper as well. That's ticking away. It is a case of getting that as soon as you can. If you've decided you want it, grab it. And remember, not only do you get all the extra goodies worth $103, £86 for £30 or $40, you get that bonus buy option as well, where you get more of the new launch for half the price. Lucine Smith says, Ben, I bought the showstopper, yes, and the extra silver shimmer inks this time, which I only had 5 of before. Questions then. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So Sharon says, and there's actually a couple of questions about this. She says, I have a question about the 5-piece blending brushes. Do they need cleaning after each use? And do you need to have one for each colour? Is there any sort of particular care and maintenance for those brushes?
Both of those things are relevant, so it depends on what you want to do. I personally have one brush per colour for my duet ink pads, and then when I'm doing things like this with my shimmer, I don't want to have a brush allocated per colour. It's not necessary, so I'm using lots of different techniques and daubers. So for those I will clean it, and what I did before, and I'll just show you very quickly, is I just take, and this one's now clean, but if I just put a tiny bit of ink on there, you'll see what I mean. All I take is a bit of kitchen towel. I do a tiny little mist, so it's not wet at all to the touch. It's very ever so slightly moist, look, and then I just rub the brush onto the kitchen towel. It grabs all of the ink off the surface, and now if I do this on the clean side, no green left. So that's all you do, just a very slight mist on some kitchen towel, give it a brush. Because they're nice and dense, it's going to be clean and you can use it across multiple colours.
Excellent. Oh, a legal question.
Ooh, legal or illegal?
Legal. Ben says, no, sorry, I'm Ben.
A legal question.
A legal. Phil says, you know the digital downloads?
The digital downloads,
yes.
the free bundle, yes.
Phil says, can these be customised before use or must they be used same colour and size?
Can you be more explicit about what you mean and customise?
Okay.
If you're going to take a paper and collage some other things over it and then print it and use it, I'm okay with that. If you're going to do that and then try to sell it as a custom paper, no.
Right.
So it has to be for your own use. If you're going to be changing it digitally, it has to be for your own use and then printed and handcrafted to sell it on.
Excellent, thank you. Eleanor in Shrub Oak, New York says, I've got my showstopper and the bonus ink pads. Nice. Now I just want to watch, but what kind of ink would I use if stamping a scene and then I painted it in with these?
Finesse waterproof.
Yeah. You know, I always say, I love it. If the answer can be short and succinct, it always is with Leanne. Patricia says, oh man, this might be something to show in a demo, but she says, what is the difference in look using watercolor card versus the white multi-purpose cardstock?
Okay, so I will, after this next demonstration that I've got for you, I'll get 2 pieces of card and we'll blend some ink on both and you'll be able to see. Essentially none, but one's got some texture and one hasn't. Because this ink is a pigment and it will go into all of the nooks and crannies, it's not really going to look a lot different. The only time you're going to need to use your watercolor cards when you want to do a water technique, and that's the next demonstration I've got for you. So if you want to move the colour with water, use a watercolour card. If you just want a flat colour, like I did with the stenciling, just use a flat card and keep your watercolour card for your watercolour jobs.
Okay, Jennifer Joseph says, good morning, got my showstopper and bonus by Sharon Horn says, I didn't think I needed gold shimmer ink pads until I saw Leanne using them, so I had to go and place my order. Well, this is a difficult question, I suppose. Gillian Denton wants to know, how long do ink pads generally last?
Oh, that's how long's a piece is. It depends how much you're using them, whether you're doing big backgrounds or just small stamping jobs. So it would be very difficult for me to quantify that for you. But if I say to you that I'm still using the same set of gold shimmer that I tested the first sample set we got. So they're probably 10 months old and they've been used a lot in the testing process. So I think you're going to get a goodly amount out of it.
Oh, so many questions. Will these, Nadia says, will these inks work on vellum or parchment?
They will, but you need to dry it with your heat gun. It will, because it's a pigment, it will stay wet. It will stay tacky. So as long as you put it on there and then dry with your heat gun, then you'll be okay.
And I think we're just about there. Let me scan through some more of the questions because there's so many coming in. I think we've tackled most of them. Just the love for them is off the chart, so thank you for all of that. And thank you. Please keep checking out the showstopper. It's not going to last forever. It's probably, the rate is going, could be gone by the end of the show. So do go swiftly. What did you say you wanted to show us next, Leanne?
So look, I just want to show you the results. So these are the 2 we've just done before the show, before we did them live. So that was letter pressing, remember, and that was spritzing the remainder ink and letter pressing again on the deboss side of the folder. I've then done exactly the same on the emboss side of the folder, and you can see the difference in the look. So here you've got the white and all of the colour in the back, here you've got the white and all of the colour in the detail, and that's what it's like spritzing it. So 4 different looks, 1 folder, 1 straight out of the gate, 1 spritzed, and they, I think, are beautiful results to be able to do whatever you want to on top of them. So I love that. So I just wanted to show you that because I promised I would. Next thing I want to show you is I've got here a duet blended background. And then what I've got is my stencil. We launched these when we did the duet ink pads. And I'm just going to get a little bit of my stick and spray and just stick and spray the back of it so it keeps it down and keeps it still. Let that evaporate for a couple of seconds.
You get that one in your showstopper, I think.
Do you?
I'm sure that looks very similar to the one you get in the showstopper.
The stencil? It probably is. What's it called?
It's in the opulent trio.
Yes, that's them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there. Here, you get that one in the stencil.
So
you get that one in the showstopper.
In the showstopper.
One of the 6 you get. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what I do is I just place it. So I've got like half a design. I try not to just get full designs down the side because I feel it looks a bit regimented.
Okay.
So I always just, you know, take it off the side a little bit and then I never finish a full design. But I'm going to pick a colour, and actually I think Midnight Shore and Gilded Sky are going to look beautiful through here. But I also think a bit of Cosmic Purple. It's hard to choose, Ben. Go on Gilded Sky, Cosmic Purple. Because I've got blue and purple in the background duet. Going to follow that colour through. And then all I'm doing is taking my daubers again. I've got my stencil down. And then I'm going through the stencil. And I'll blend in between the colours and I'll just choose half designs. I won't necessarily do the whole thing because I want it to feel a little bit aged and a little bit distressed.
Yeah.
So I'll go down there. I can go there. And then I fade it off. So you see what I do is I start to clean the dauber down here. So you get a more faded out. So it's not just totally stopped. It's faded away the design, so you can see that it's kind of started and stopped, faded into and faded out of, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does, but it makes sense to me. Right, okay, so I've done that. That's my purple. Now I'm going with the Gilded Sky. I'm going to ombre in here.
Beautiful names again.
They are, aren't
Gilded
they?
Sky, Secret Garden, Cosmic Purple.
I've got a great team when it comes to, I mean, we have very long meetings deciding names.
Yeah, I bet.
When you've got as many products as us and you have to come up with all the names, it can be one of the most challenging things. So now I'm just going to take that up, and you see it puts that beautiful look, but look, you've got, can you see the shimmer coming through there? So you've got the flat duet in the background and then that beautiful shimmer coming through.
Yeah.
And you can do that in a couple of different places. I'm going to move on because I've got one done and I've got so much I want to show you.
Exactly,
so that's
right.
the background completed. Now I'm going to take this butterfly stamp.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to grab my rocker block. Again.
Okay.
And this butterfly is from our Beautiful You stamp set, if you want to look for that on the website. And then this time now I've got watercolour card.
Okay.
Because I am going to be doing a watercolour technique. I thought I'd lost it there, but I found it again. There we go. And all I'm doing is I've got my spritzer ready, spritzer at the ready.
Yeah.
And then we're going to ink up. And I'm inking up with Gilded Sky, Cosmic Purple and Flame Pink. So they're the same colours as I used in the background, which just helps everything tie in.
Yeah.
I'm just adding in a bit of Flame Pink additionally. And so what I'm going to do on my butterfly is start to ink it up. And I'm going to go with the dark colours in the centre and come out to the lighter colours at the side.
Okay.
So the first colour that's going in is the blue one, Gilded Sky. That goes in first. Just lots of light dabbing gets that colour on. Then I'm coming out to a little bit of the purple one.
Cosmic Purple.
Thank you. Cosmic Purple.
Cosmic.
And again,
just to say as
lots
well,
of light tapping.
Cindy's saying, can I buy this in... do you mean the stencil? Can I buy this stencil being used today? Oh, you say embossing folder. If you mean the stencil that we're using now, it comes within the... it comes within the showstopper, and you can buy those stencils as a 3-pack as well. Opulent Trio, $7.99.
Okay, so I've applied the ink to the stamp and I've got my spritzer at the ready.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is just choose the butterfly in a direction.
Okay.
Stamp it down and then quickly with your spritzer straight in.
Oh, yes.
And the colour moves around.
Such a cool effect.
And then what you do is dry it.
Yeah.
And that grabs it as it's moved. Now, if you want more of a watercoloured effect, then you can go closer with your spritzer. You can bring your brush into action and move it around. But I actually really like it just doing it this way. I think you get a lovely kind of diffused watercolour effect. I think it looks really, really nice. And so artistic as well, with no artistic needed. You know, it's just very, very easy to do. You can anybody can stamp, spritz some water and dry.
Yeah.
It's essentially what I've done. So the ink pads do the work for you. Just move that out of the way. There we go. Okay, so that's that bit done.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the same with the sentiment. We'll have a look at the card I'm doing in a sec. So I've got the beautiful sentiment in here. But can I just say actually as well, Ben, don't waste the ink as we did before with our embossing folder. I've just got an extra spare piece of card here, and this is the butterfly. I would spritz onto the butterfly on the rocker block, and then I'm going to be able to create myself a really beautiful watercoloured background with butterflies. With no effort whatsoever. That's just cleaning my stamp. So and then dry that, and each one of these pieces is going to have that beautiful gold shimmer shot through it. It will be less as you keep stamping, because obviously the majority of it's on the first stamp. But I can see there, for example, some beautiful gold shimmers coming through.
Oh, yeah, you can.
You can just see that shimmer shine. It's so subtle and beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay, so that's clean it off. So that's another extra piece that we've done with that. I'm going to do my beautiful sentiment. Let's take the butterfly off. Oh, it's gone on the floor. Get put that back in a minute. In exactly the same way, I've just done the... Oh, I need to dry the rocker block because it's wet. Bear with, Ben.
Okay.
It won't stick if it's wet. There we go.
Beautiful.
So I've got my... It is indeed beautiful. The sentiment says beautiful.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I do, and I was impressed. If my face doesn't say I was, I was.
Oh,
So
dear.
I'm just layering up my 3 colours of ink
Don't we love having Leanne in the studio? I do. They're some of my favourite days, Leanne days, to tell you what. Oh, dear.
And then just have your spritzer close at hand again. Oh, here it is, rolled away. So many stuff around here. I've got my beautiful set. I'm just going to put on a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
Stamp that down and then straight in with my spritzer again.
Yes.
And because this keeps a lot of the detail and only moves some of the colour, you get that beautiful watercoloured effect on your stamped sentiment, but you can still read the sentiment,
Yeah.
which is highly unusual for an ink pad actually, Ben. And once you've dried all that and put it together and you take your background, you take your beautiful butterfly, you take your sentiment, you do a little bit of matting and layering, that's what you've got.
Ah, come on.
And you see, just by doing those 3 pieces there, this is what you're able to create. And you can see just by spritzing how lovely it is to get that diffusion of beautiful gold. And when I move it, you can see the stamped image, even though we've added water, it's catching the light and it's got that beautiful gold flash in there.
Get in there, Chivs. This is brilliant. Come on. What are you waiting for? We've got 80 of these remaining now. Showstopper, once it's gone, it's gone. You'll still be able to get the ink pads, but you won't be able to get all of the extra goodies that you're saving an absolute fortune on, and then you won't be able to get the bonus buy, which is more of the new ink pads, or indeed that previous range of the silver. When we come back in the next hour, I will recap on everything, because I can see a few of you saying you want to go over all of the colours, so we can look at all of those on the board. We can go through those with Leanne as well. And I know we've had lots of questions coming through too. So again, we'll have another bit of a Q&A with Leanne. Whatever you want, this is your show. So if you want to see more demos, let us know what demos you want to see. If you've got a question, ask us. This is all for you to make sure that when you take this home, you know what you're doing, you've got all your questions answered, and you feel confident and you're ready to play and have fun. Gillian Denton just says, I often use pink and purple together, but I will definitely be adding some blue too. I love this. Vicky Butterfield says, my craft room is bursting at the seams. I was not going to buy these ink pads, although they are fantastic, but I can't resist. I'll squeeze them in somewhere. You'll always find room, Vicky, won't you? You'll always find. There'll be a little nook or cranny somewhere you can shove these in. Nona Lawton. Nona, did you know that you were picked out in the previous show on Wake Up Call? Hopefully you do. You're into the draw to win that 300. She says, Ben, I have all 4 sets of the stencils that come with the Showstopper, intending to use them with glitter paste. So now have ideas for the Mermaid Dreams and my Shimmer ink pads. Vicky says, good morning. I just saw the new birthday song on YouTube. Another great job. Thank you. Love all your songs. Thank you so much. We'll play that in the next hour. If you haven't yet seen it, or if you're not yet bored of it, we'll play that in the next hour for you. Yes, questions coming through thick and fast. Ginger and Ord and Tracy H and Michelle. Seeing all your questions, we will tackle them over the course of the next hour. Gilmore just saying the initial spritzing is so pretty. I would have to leave it to dry naturally. That's your bag. You can if you want, Gilmore. Gorgeous card, says Sarah Ibbotson. And Betty Weaver says a big wow. So lovely, says Gillian Denton. Carol D says, I love that beautiful butterfly card. So much love coming in for this collection. 80 and probably less than that now as people begin to check out on that Showstopper bundle. Gilmore says, Leanne is going to make artists out of all of us. Thank you so much, Leanne. It's all about getting this collection home today, having a play, enjoying what you do. And you've certainly got a lot within this collection to enjoy what you do and have fun with this. I will recap on everything for you in just a moment as far as the Showstopper is concerned. I'll also recap for you on the bonus buys as well. But all I will say is that if you haven't yet checked out your Showstopper, make sure you do, because it has already been an incredibly busy launch day so far. If you have just joined us, thank you so much for being with us on this. I keep wanting to say it's Tuesday, but it's definitely Monday, isn't it? I got very confused because they had me in on a Sunday for the first time in ages. Of course, thrown the system right out. But it is definitely Monday. Another hour of your launch day to come with the brand new Gold Shimmer ink pads. They are going down an absolute storm. 8 brand new colours. You've got your Showstopper bundle included as well. I'll take you through all of that so you know exactly what you're going to be getting. So your new bundle, if I show you the colours, I think it was Michelle who wanted to see the new colours that you're going to get in this set, and Leanna's going to be playing with these over the course of the next hour, so you'll be able to see these in much more detail in just a second. But those are your 8 brand new colours. So you've got your Flame Pink, you have the Majestic Ruby, the Stunning Peach Terracotta, and you can see, just as I just flick that back and forth, you can see that Gold Shimmer. Gold Shimmer! I did that without meaning it. You can see your Golden Honey, Secret Garden, Midnight Shore, I think, is probably my favourite. I know, Leanne, it's yours Gilded Sky, I think, isn't it?
I love Gilded Sky, but I do love Midnight Shore as well.
And then you've
Flame
also...
Pink.
Oh, yeah, and the Cosmic Purple.
Yeah,
and the Golden Honey. And and all of them.
And a bit of Golden Honey.
Yeah. So those are those are your brand new colours. And just to show you as well, I know we'll come on to this in a second, so you can see the difference. That is your previous set, so your silver shimmers. So I know a few people have said, you know, what's the difference? You can see that there, hopefully. Those the silver shimmers are also available for you on a bonus buy. But if you just want to go for those bundles individually, you can. The Showstopper bundle, though, is the brand new colours here, then all of these other goodies that you're going to get right here. So we're giving you over $100 worth, over £86 worth of goodies for just an extra £30 or $40. And again, it's kind of things that you know, we think you're going to get the very best out of your ink pads with. Things like stencils. So we bring you the Opulent Trios. I know a lot of you were asking about the stencil. That is from the Opulent Trio that Leanne was just using. You've got your decorative trio as well, which is 3 more stencils. We've popped you in a beautiful edgeable set in there. You've got some layering stamps in there as well to build up that beautiful Christmas scene. Blending tool, round blending tool with the replacement heads there as well. Plus you're going to get stamps from the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas collection, and you're also going to get 2 of our floral frame cut and emboss folders. The 5x5 one, or 5.5 by 5.5 nylon, is the Fragrant Magnolias, and your 4x6 is the beautiful Peony Blooms. That's the Showstopper, so you get all of those extras for just an extra £30 or 40 instead of 86 or 103. This is ticked down even further for you, as you can see, 77. And this is the thing for me. Whilst that is an amazing Showstopper and it's great to get all those added extras, it opens up the door to get more of the new stuff. So if you get the Showstopper, 77 more people can either decide to buy another bundle of the Gold Shimmer ink pads and pay just half the price. So here you go. You can buy the Shimmer ink pads on their own, and once the Showstopper sells out, just to reiterate that again, you will still be able to get this bundle, but you just won't be able, and if you decide to get 2, that's fine, but you'll pay full price for both. So get the Showstopper, put this one in your basket with the Showstopper, and in one transaction, that price will halve, £18 or $28. Or alternatively, if you want to go with the original Shimmer ink pads, you can pop those into your basket with the Showstopper collection. And again, the price on those will halve. But once 77 more people check out the Showstopper, that's the end of the bonus buy. You won't be able to get half price deals on those. So please do be very quick as far as that bonus buy is concerned. And keep the questions coming through, and the comments and the requests as well. It's been such an interactive hour so far. Alison Jarrett is saying, is there no end to things that these can do? It feels like that, doesn't it? It really does feel like this. Liz Schumacher says, gorgeous. Leanne is so talented. Hello from Ohio. And Karen says, I can't wait to look through my many embossing folders to try these techniques. And Wanda Sexton says, Leanne and Sheena have me using my stencils all the time now. One of my favourites is to stencil on envelopes to match the inside card. Right. I'm quite happy to do whatever, but I know I've got a ton of questions to ask. So should we just quickly go over these again, Leanne, and get into some demos, and I'll fire some questions as we go, do you think?
Absolutely, why not? Let's do that. So these ink pads are a pigment-based ink pad, which is packed with a gold shimmer. So it's infused with this gold luminescence all the way through, a mica. And you can see how beautiful that is as it catches the light. And that's just swatching the ink pad directly onto a piece of white cardstock. Yeah. So you can absolutely use them just as they come out just as they come out of the pack like that. Here we've just put them through a stencil. You can see how beautiful that shimmer and shine is there. We've put them on a sentiment with our finger daubers. We change it to this beautiful Centura pearl look and feel where you've got that pearlescence. And then we've moved on just to ink through a folder and make something as incredible as that.
Do you know where that folder's from? Cindy was asking.
So this is the free folder in the Gemini Junior.
Okay.
3D folder. However, it was a larger folder in its own right, 3D folder.
Right.
So if you look at 3D folder designs on the Crafters Companion website, there may be 1 or 2 left.
Okay.
And I'm sure it was made a call folder. I'm sure it's one of those ones that comes back into stock.
Yeah.
So have a look on the website. I'm sure it'll be there for you. I can't remember the name of it. It's Lace something 3D.
Okay.
We've used it to be able to do our fabulous letterpressing techniques. We're going to do more of that. The possibilities are endless. I think seeing this blended as a background on top of a 3D embossing folder makes it look absolutely exceptional, doesn't it, Ben?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to show you lots of other techniques. I just want to show you this. I'm hoping the camera can pick it up. This is really dried now. This is just the cleaning the stamp. Can you see the flashes of gold in there?
Yeah, you
Here.
can. Yeah, in the wings.
Example.
Yeah.
Really, really lovely to still have that beautiful luminescence coming through in a watercolour background. You would try to make that kind of subtle effect for hours, usually. I want a nice watercolour background with a little flash of gold in, and then you'd have big flashes of gold and it wouldn't look very good, and you'd spludge it all over the place. Just doing it like that, where you've got that lovely little suggestion and it's in the background there. I absolutely adore that. I just think it's fantastic. But look, we've just got so many other things I want to show you, because there are so many beautiful things you can do with this.
Yeah.
Look, that is, I'll show you this in this hour, because I think it's important for you to see it.
Yes, absolutely right.
Where that is just literally throwing colour onto a piece of watercolour cardstock. Then if we look here with our Halloween collection on black card.
Oh, that's so cool.
Letterpressing, again, with those Shimmer ink pads going over the top and over the colouring black cardstock, doing the little scream swirl in the centre, just with a paintbrush. Here through a stencil again. I wonder if we could just come out a bit further in the shot.
Okay.
Thank you, James. There, not too far. Lovely. And then you can see the full card. And you can see that beautiful shimmer and shine there, just going through a stencil again. Here's one that we've just done very similar in the last hour. Here we've painted the seahorse, done the background and done all of the techniques that I've already shown you. Look at this one. Painting those flowers and doing that beautiful stenciled background.
Yeah.
That's exactly as I've just shown you. Here, look at this. We're definitely going to have a look at how to splash that on there.
Such a cool effect.
Because, and they're just little die cuts in gold. Put all over, just whack the colour on, put some die cut sentiments on. I'm going to show you this next, because I think being able to do a washed background that has that lovely shimmer in there, and then those beautiful watercolours. We're going to have a look at how to do that next, because I just think it's exquisite. Before I go, I must show you this. We need to come out a little bit further, James. Thank you.
Getting so excited, he wants to see all the detail.
Look
He's zooming in.
That.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful that is. Look at the splashes in here.
Yeah.
So it's been stamped and then it's had the colour thrown at it. This looks really artistic. And you've got those loads of flashes of gold in there. I've got more that I could show you. I'll show you this one. Go on. Have to.
Oh,
look at that.
That's, do you know what? That is one of my favourite cards. It's like so simple but so effective.
How amazing is that?
Yeah.
With a gold, beautiful, luminous background, and then just one of our intricate die cuts.
Large outline
just laid over the
florals.
top, large outline florals. Thank you for the name, Ben.
Yeah.
Just in a black card with some matting and layering.
Yeah.
Many more. Oh, I'll just show you this one.
Just one more.
This is the cling film technique.
Oh, yes.
Cling film technique, salt technique, all of those to make your backgrounds. Use some of your die cut floral, stamp a sentiment on, you're done. Really not going to run out of fabulous things to do with these. It's an incredible collection. So much you can do, and you will not at all be disappointed when you get those home.
And when you consider you can pick up all the hints and tips now, I'm sure Sheena is going to get her hands on these over the course of the days and weeks to come as well. Leanne and Sheena have been using stencils all the time now, says Wanda. Loving all the great demos, Leanne, says Anne. And Jeffrey Langley says, the questions coming in and the answers have been outstanding today. Very informational. Well, thank you. We do our very best here, as you guys that are supplying the questions. So, you know, you guys take a bow as well. The orange on the black card is beautiful, says C. Newkirk. And Leanne is going to make artists out of all of us, says Gilmore. Right, should we get into demos? And then I've literally got about 20 questions to ask you.
Okay, good. I love a question. Right, so I've got a piece of watercolour cardstock now.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a look at how to do that beautiful washed background, but still have all of the beautiful gold shimmer in there. So I'm just pushing out of my ink pad, and this is peach terracotta.
Peach terracotta, yeah.
So I've got some peach terracotta there. I've got some golden honey.
Yep.
Is that what it's called? Yes, golden honey.
Golden honey.
I've got a little bit of Secret Garden. Lovely, that'll do.
Cute.
A bit more, lovely. And then I might just tickle a little bit of flame pink in there, Ben.
73 showstoppers
I went all Lisa Tarbuck there.
Oh, you did go a little Lisa Tarbuck.
I don't know why, but anyway. I'm sure Lisa Tarbuck would love these. Right.
She's platinum member.
I think these would be right up her street, Ben. Right, okay, so a bit of kitchen towel.
Yeah.
I've got all of my colours out there ready to go. There's some red up at the top of the mat here that I just put out, some flame pink that you can't quite see, just out of frame.
Okay.
Thank you very much, James. And now all we're going to do is take our pot of water and our wide brush. With a damp brush, I'm going to prepare the cardstock and just give it a little wipe over. So I'm not saturating it.
No.
I'm just moistening it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going on there. And you can even, with your kitchen towel, if you like, see, dirty fingers. Don't do it with dirty fingers. Clean your fingers in between. Anyway, you'll forgive us. You'll let us off. And then I'm going to pick up my colour, again with a damp brush, from the mat.
Yep.
And then just swipe it on.
Okay.
And this is how easy it is.
Is this a good time to ask questions?
Yes, please do, because all I'm going to do with each of the colours is exactly this, and I'm just going to ombre it as we go along.
Okay, Michelle says, can you use these ink pads on layered stamps?
Yes.
As long as you dry in between,
As long as you dry in between.
Ord 29, can dried up ink pads be revived with water, or do you need to use re-inkers?
Do not revive these with water. You will ruin the formulation.
Yeah.
But also these are not, it's a pigment ink pad, they're not going to dry out. The only time there's going to be no ink left in them is when you've used the ink.
Yeah.
And so in which case you just need a new ink pad.
Will there be more colours, a few people have asked?
Never say never.
Yeah, well, I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. Right, questions. Creative Blessing says, sorry for the continued questions, but are there 3 types of ink pads now? Pearlized, silver and gold?
No, there's just shimmer.
Just shimmer, yeah.
Silver shimmer.
Yep.
And gold shimmer.
Yep.
But then there is our Midas.
Yes.
Metallic ink pad, which is a very different effect.
And that's brilliant. You almost... So the next question from Debbie is, what is the difference between the Midas Metallic and the new Shimmer ink pads? So
the new Shimmer ink pads, the Midas Metallic has a metal in there.
Yep.
And these have a mica.
Right.
So the shimmer, the iridescence is much finer and much brighter. It's flat. The particles of the metallic effect are a fraction of the size in shimmer that they are in the metallic ink pad. And the metallic ink pads are not water-based like these, so you can't do water-based techniques as well as you can with these.
Okay. Thank you, Rachel, as well. The embossing folder that Leanne was using is the Regency Swirl, unfortunately out of stock at the moment, we've just been told. And the butterfly as well. A few people are asking about, this is fun, the butterfly that you were stamping with, what, was that from the vintage?
That was from Beautiful You.
Beautiful You did say. And off topic, Vicky says, whilst Leanne is there and taking questions, will there be any new iris folding items in the future?
Oh, well, we haven't got any planned, but if there's a desire,
enough appetite for it.
You know, if there's a need, if you love it and you would like it, again, never say never. So we can always look at that.
I'm with you, Vicky. I like the iris folding dies. They were brilliant. Brenda's in from Michigan. Gorgeous sample, says Nadia. I think we're up to date. Nikki M says, hi, Leanne and Ben. Great shows today. I bought the new Shimmer inks. I have the originals and just love them as the shimmer is so impressive, and I'm sure these will be just as good.
Thank you. Okay, so I've done that background. You watched me do. I was just, you've seen, no special technique required, just swiping it on. Now, what happens is when you're using water like this, it dissipates the shimmer somewhat. So you don't get the big intense flashes, but you get a lovely subtle all over glimmer that I'm hoping we can pick up. So I'm going to dry this as much as I can because that will be more obvious. The drier it is, the more obvious that is. Of course, we've talked about that a lot, haven't we? I can see here now that the more I dry it, the gold, the shimmer, the iridescence, the luminosity, that veil of gold that we've got in there is really coming to the surface and looking very, very beautiful. So I'll stop and then I'll give this a little waggle, and I'm hoping you'll be able to see that. So just let me pick that up and show you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it's lovely.
yeah.
So it's much more subtle.
Subtle, but you can still see
But
it.
you can still see it in there, and that's on the watercolour cardstock. I like that. If you don't like things that are fully glimmer in your face and you just want something a little bit more subtle, depending on the project you're working on, that's a brilliant way to do it. Great to see that they work with water as well.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of a different technique with the... Oh, by the way, just so you can... This is what we're making.
Ah. What is that? Is that a flat? Oh, yeah, sorry. How weird is that? You know, sometimes you look at something. I looked at that card. Do you know what I saw?
What?
Paddington Bear.
Did you?
With the I am feeling a bit under the weather today. The red flower initially looked like his hat, and then the blue, it looked like his duffel coat.
Well, we're making this Paddington Bear floral card. Can I just also show you my kitchen towel? Look how beautiful my kitchen towel is. So I'm going to say, when you tidying up your kitchen with your kitchen towel, your mat, don't throw this away.
No.
I keep mine, and then I wet it and put the colour, and then I die cut it and make die cut flowers. So keep your kitchen towel when you've tidied up.
Yes.
Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take some water.
Yeah.
I don't mind that this water's a bit dirty, it's coloured, because I don't mind having the coloured wash in the background.
That's it.
So that's okay, because we're going to be using similar colours. And then with the colours that I use to do the background, I don't need as much. So I'm going to use a bit of Flame Red, a bit of Secret Garden, the honey. And I think I used Peach Terracotta, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
As long as they're similar. Pop them in there. And then what I'm going to do is just wet them and then splash the colour
Okay.
in spots.
Yeah.
All of it. I'm not going to worry about it drying too much. I just want to get that effect in there. And then dry my brush.
Okay.
And it'll give you a lovely, like really eclectic, spotty background, but you'll have all of that lovely shimmer popping up in there.
Whilst you're doing this as well, a few people asking about the ink. So if we're applying it to things like our stencils, and if we're doing that letterpress technique, for example, Ginger, amongst other people, asking whether or not it's easy to get the colour off our folders and stencils.
Yes. So I've just wiped that with a baby wipe.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of staining. I'll not fib, but if you get your, you know, the solution you've got for your stamp cleaner.
Oh yes.
Spray that on and wipe it off with a kitchen towel gone.
Nice. Excellent stuff.
Yeah. So you're just going to splash this all over, so it's all kind of spotty and dauby and whatever in places. And then you can do on the back of your brush and do some splashes at it if you want to, and then dry it. You want it to feel really eclectic. And then you've got lots of lovely little shimmery bits in the background. I'll come to the one that I've already done in a second because I don't want to waste time. That's what I've done. You'll see the finished piece in a second. And then I'm going to take my florals that are die cut, and with a detailed brush, I'm going to paint them.
Okay.
So again, just pick out the colours you'd like. So I'm going a bit of green. And I'm going to use similar colours to the colours I've already used. So I'm going to go Flame Red as well, and Peach Terracotta. And then I'm going to have a purple flower in here. So I'm going to go with a little bit of that Cosmic Purple and a little bit of Gilded Sky. Okay, and then all I'm doing with these is damp brush. You would get clean water. I haven't got time. So damp brush, and then pick up the colour, watercolour.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for this. Karen is saying, love the die cuts over the blended backgrounds. I'm a big fan of that as well, Karen, actually. It's quite a simple effect, but it's really, really effective, isn't it? Once you've created that that background, whether you're using die cuts like this, or a lot of people love that card that you showed earlier on with the, it was like, I think it was the Majestic Ruby in that flame pink with the large outline floral over the top, just cut in black. I mean, voila. Looks incredible, but very easy to achieve that effect.
It does, doesn't it? And so you're just going to take your inks and watercolour your die-cut florals.
Yep.
I'm going to fast forward to another one here using the purple and blue, just so you can see how I've done it. A little bit of water.
One for the future as well, probably not today, but Vicky's saying sometime in the future, will you show us how you make flowers out of your kitchen towel?
I will.
Yeah.
Yes, even if it's just like a little... little YouTube, a little
Facebooky thing.
Facebook thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm just using, see, I put the purple, Cosmic Purple, and then I'm just doing Gilded Sky down the side, and that's giving me that lovely look of that purple lupin. And then I would just continue painting my flowers. I've done the same, die cut the same in black, so I can make drop shadows with them.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I've done all of that, it's simply laid up. So for the piece that I've done here, which is now starting to dry and get that lovely shimmer on, that would just get a black circle over the top there. And that's all I've done here, except I had more splashes on that one. This one's more subtle. Just depends what you want. Subtle or very dark splashes. You've got your blended background where I've just done some matting and layering. That's the background I made for you. And they're the florals that we've die cut, just laid up over the top with a little sentiment on. Entire thing. Florals, splotty background, blended background, entire thing, gold shimmer ink pads.
And Paddington Bear.
And Paddington Bear,
I also thought that read at the bottom, best friend. I thought it said best child initially. So you can't put that on a card.
Somebody get Ben a cup of tea.
Do you know what? Funny enough, Jamie's just stood at the door and gone, do you want... wow, I mean, you guys are absolutely falling over yourselves with the demos. Love the die cuts over the blended backgrounds. Loads of you said that. Think of the wedding cards Carly says you could make as well. And think of all the different colour combos that you've got with this amazing collection too. Thank you, everybody. Keep those questions coming through. I can't believe this show's whizzing over. Today's gone so fast. Always does when it's a Leann day. So ask those questions. Anything else that you want to see, ask now, and then we can potentially get it done before the end of the show. And again, ask the questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions as well. And even if you think, as I said earlier on, oh, someone's probably already asked that. If you need to know the answer of that question before you buy, ask anyway, because we appreciate that whilst a lot of you do sit and watch every show from beginning to end, I know a few of you just sort of dip in and out, so please don't be ever afraid to ask a question, particularly if you're new as well. Newbies are always welcome to ask those questions, and there are never any silly questions to ask, for goodness sake, to make sure that you can get your Shimmer ink pads home and get using them to the best of your ability. There are 70 left. That's the good news. The bad news is I hear in just the US alone we've got about 60 unchecked baskets, so you know, really getting to that point now where you need to be picking up the deal before it disappears. When we come back, we will go through more of your questions and requests. We'll go through all of this bundle once again for you as well, and we'll see you back here in about 3 or 4 minutes time. Right now it's time for some light entertainment.
Since I think you know when. It's that time when your credit card becomes your best friend. Look at me now, will I ever learn? I don't know why, but I suddenly lose control. There's a crafty fire in my soul. Just one look and then I buy everything. A few days and then my doorbell will ring. Whoa, whoa, birthday's here. Here I go again. My, deals I can't resist ya. Birthday's here. Bought more than I should. I know, I'll say it's for my sister. Yes, I'll be broken hearted when the deals have departed. Where did all of my money go? I'll be buying the launches and more cardstock and glue. Do I need more craft stash? There's free gifts, yes I do. Bought so much stuff, I can't close the door to my craft room. There's too much stuff that's on the floor. Maybe I should just buy no more. But then look, CC are launching new things. Bought so much, now I have got free shipping. Whoa, whoa, birthday's here. Here I go again. My, deals I can't resist ya. Birthday's here. I have no control. Bought more pokey tools and misters. Yes, with more cash I parted. Don't know how it all started. My, time to watch another show. Birthday's here. Double points you say. I'll stay platinum forever. Oh dear, I'm on first name terms with my delivery guy. His name is Trevor. Birthday's here. Here I go again. I'll watch with a cuppa and a big key. Birthday's here. Cancel all my plans. My, I think I'll pull a sickie. Yes, I'll be broken hearted when the deals have departed. My, I just cannot let them go.
The party is here. It's time to find your sparkle because Crafters Companion is turning an amazing 18.
We've got disco fever and you're all invited to light up the dance floor for our biggest and brightest party yet.
And it's the hottest ticket in town and everyone's on the guest list.
So follow the call of the disco ball and join us from the 9th to the 22nd of October.
We'll be shining the spotlight on a dazzling lineup of amazing new launches, offers and so many surprises.
And Crafters TV has been transformed into a boogie wonderland with live fun and crafty goodies every day.
And we're keeping the party going with Birthday 24/7. Tune in to enjoy non-stop Crafters TV all day, every day, throughout the entire birthday celebration.
So, Dancing Queens, what are you waiting for? Visit our amazing new Crafters Companion website to join the fun and shine bright.
Welcome back. Who asked that question? Vanbridge. Is that me singing or miming? That's me singing. It may look like I'm miming it. The process of it is, you see, I record it. Do my own harmonies as well. So I record all the different tracks, layer it all up, and then we played it whilst I was then obviously miming it back to myself. That's how we record the video, you see. And the two other guys in the video, that was Bob and Bill. I'm one of triplets, so I got them in for the video shoot. Ben, Bob and Bill. Yeah, Ben, Bob and Bill Mosebys. So it's a mouthful, yeah. How do you know it's always me in here now, you're asking? Is it Ben, is it Bob, or is it Bill? There's three of us. Could be any one of us. We are... There's four of them there, Johnny says. There's one on Tipping Point as well. Our long-lost brother, Ben Shepherd. Get back in touch, Ben, if you're watching. Deborah says, Ben Ra, I loved your blonde hair, Ben Ra, Princess of Power. Amanda says, that is the first I've seen the song, very cute and funny, love it. And Susie says, yeah, the triple Bs, yeah, Ben, Bob and Bill, lol. Thank you, everybody. So much love coming through for this collection. More of you checking out during the break. This is your final half hour now on this with Leanne. I'll be back with you later on in an hour and a half's time for Monday Makers, which will be kind of a bit of a wrap-up of loads of the goodies that we've got here. Leanne and Sarah are going to be doing HSN preview this evening, so that will be amazing, obviously. So for our US viewers, make sure you check that out. If you want to keep me company, it will be an hour of Monday Makers, bringing you some other deals that we've not had a look at yet today. So make the most of the fact that Leanne is here right now to ask those final few questions. Just a nice one here from Sarah. thank you, Sarah, for this. She says, Leanne, because the Academy of Colour is finished, will there be something like it coming soon? She says, because I love the Academy of Colour and I loved the videos that you did, Leanne. I learned so much from you and I really enjoyed the Academy of Colour and colouring along with you, Leanne. So will we do anything like interactive like that again in the future, Sarah?
So there's never to say that we won't do it in the future. We have thought about doing something similar for mixed media, actually.
Yeah.
Because I know a number of you have loved that. And talking about mixed media, did it not win Demo of the Week, Ben? Me canvas.
That was... that was last week! It wasn't in here. It's been taken. We'll put it... Sarah won by default because that was the only one that was up on the shelf, and I'm not being funny. None of you let us know. You let us down there, didn't you? For goodness sakes. Not my job to remember everything.
Me canvas.
I tell you what it was. I had a very busy week and there was lots going on, and as you guys know, I can't remember what I did just before lunch, let alone what we did a few days ago. And if it's not up there on the shelf, even though I remember the canvas now, I wouldn't have known. And I tell you what happened. The canvas that you made, I remember because we did that on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday when Sheena was having a play with the Mermaid Dreams, it was part of her setup over there. It was on the display, so she took it to show everybody, and then obviously it got carted off and disappeared, Leanne. So after that, I'm going to put you a star up on the board later on. I'm going to get you one. I'm going to put one up there. Yeah. What do we reckon, everybody? Leanne, a star for that canvas? I think so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Because Sarah sort of did take over a bit yesterday. She did take over, gave herself a star yesterday. She's right by the door. She's not listening.
I'm not going to take it to heart.
Trying to reel her in.
Yep, I'm not going to take it to heart. In other news, we will think about doing another Academy of Colour style thing, but we think we're going to do it more mixed media rather than just plain old colour, and I think you might like that. That's how we got on the canvas conversation, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yes, let me know if you think the mixed media one's a good idea.
Shadai says, Queen Leanne blames Sarah. She must have hit it. She was so giddy yesterday to win.
We're going to blame Sarah.
And Donna Yam says, Ben, the song confirms that you completely understand our crafting state of mind. It was written with all the stuff that you guys have sent over the years when you go, you know your delivery guy's name and you've got no control. Ben's Brigade salutes you, says Fred. Great addition to your playlist, Ben. Thank you. And Brenda says, OMG, that song fits us all. Awesome. Well done, Ben. The best one yet. Oh, now we're getting, what's this? More demos from... Oh, no. I tell you what we'll do. We will do a demo of Birthday on Sunday.
I like that. And I'm here, so I'll make sure it's fair.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, and I'm here, so I'll make sure I win. Yes. We'll get, if you remind us the ones which we've done, we'll get them all together and we will do a big winner of Birthday Week and a special celebration which will have a, what colour star shall we have? A different colour one.
Oh, purple.
A purple star. Yes. Purple star that wins the Birthday Week award for the year. Liam, we need a purple star for Sunday, please.
For me?
No. Yeah, Liam will want to put his in now. Now you've done it. You can put yours in as well, Liam. We're going to have a birthday award for the best demo of Birthday. So can you make the purple star, though, please?
Yes, we need to find my canvas because it should have been in the vote yesterday.
Yeah.
It was conveniently lost.
Yes. There, Sarah's listening now. Uh-oh, she's coming in.
Just saying, I would have won if my canvas had been in.
Did you submit your canvas and was it voted as demo of your show?
It was voted, it was on the shelf, Sheena used it in her show, it got put away and it wasn't in the vote.
Oh, well, I think that's Sheena's fault. Because it was not there. Isn't that right?
It wasn't there.
Wasn't there.
We're going to do a demo of Birthday and we're going to have the canvas back in because I have to say, it's awesome. Okay.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I don't want any part of this. I'll just be here on Sunday.
Thank you. Liam's found the canvas. Let's get it back on the shelf. Thank you, Liam. That was conveniently found easy, wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean... Are we going to have a steward's inquiry? Should we vote now?
Let's have a steward's inquiry.
She's not listening. 1
I mean, come on.
or 2?
Or 2. Let us
1
know. 1 or 2.
or 2.
Yeah.
Vote now.
Now. Go.
Right, back to it. We've got less than 70 of the showstoppers. Let's see some more demos with you now. What can we look at in the last 20 minutes or so? What a laugh. Oh dear. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, Leanne?
We're going to have a look at how to do that lovely watercolour background.
Oh yes, of course.
Because, you know, with the thingy water, this one.
Oh yes,
Yes, so I thought we'd have a look at how to do that because you all really loved that the last time. And then we can do a little bit more, if we have time, a little bit more letterpress.
Okay.
Because I think that's something I would really like to go over with you again. So all I've got is a piece of watercolour card. I've got my heat gun ready. And then I've got my 3 colours of ink that I'm going to use. And I've got flame red, purple, cosmic purple and gilded sky. And then just with your wet brush, pick it up and dab it on to the card. And you want it to flood.
Yes.
Like this. Okay, so when it floods and then it starts to move around with your heat gun, that's when you get the effect. Clean your brush in between colours once you've got it all up and it's started to flood. And you're just dabbing it into some areas where you think you would want the movement to go. So we'll stop there. And then I'm going to now get the cosmic purple and that's going to get flooded alongside. But I cleaned my brush in between.
Yeah.
Okay, so flooded alongside. It does take a lot of drying this, but it's worth the effect. Now I've cleaned my brush again and now I'm going in with the blue. Plenty of water in. Flood. Let them all mix into each other as well.
Yeah.
And move around. Dry it.
Okay.
So now we're going to get the heat gun on it. And when you've got the heat gun on it, because it's got a lot of water on there, it starts to move around and chase around and melt into each other, and you get some really cool colour combinations and effects. Don't be afraid of that. That's what you want to happen.
So many funny comments coming through. This will now be referred to down the line as Canvas Gate, says Carol Ann Hanley.
Yes, Canvas Gate.
Yeah. Loving the great canvas debate of 2023, says Trade Fish. Shadai says, sorry, Susie, that you had to get caught up in this one. It's always Susie who seems to end up when there's a day like this, you know, the debate about stars and whatnot. Good job you aren't all competitive, says Beverly. Ah, no. Wouldn't catch me being that competitive, would you not? No. Oh, dear.
Right, so it's just drying. You can see it's starting to move, and because I've flooded it with water, with the ink inside, that's when it really starts to move into each other. You can see there, you get some lovely little rivers of colour, you get some lovely little veins of colour, you get the pooling of the gold shimmer in there. It really is a beautiful effect. If you don't use enough water, it just all becomes a little bit flat.
Yeah.
However, this is much more intense than the other version, and I just want to show you that out of one application of ink, I've been able to get this one, and then I'd be able to get one more, but it would be more subtle. But before I do that, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to see if I can get that bit to dry. Come on, you can do it.
Human.
There we go. And then you get some lovely little dark areas as well. See how you get some rivulets? It's just absolutely stunningly beautiful. And then when I show you this, look, the gold that runs through there and they all meld together, it looks absolutely exquisite. Now you can pick it up on your card and you can do the flicks to get all of the little bits around.
Yeah.
But before I go to the flicks, I've just got another piece of watercolour card here, because you can see, if we zoom out a little bit, James, that we've got all of this ink left on my mat over here. So that's going to let me pick that up and do another one of those backgrounds, but more pastel.
Okay.
And so you just do the same again. You pick it up and you pool it on the card. Now the colours have started to mix together now, so the colours won't be as different, but you'll get the same kind of effect, just in a much more pastel and subtle way. And what you've got is new colours being mixed, because they're water-based, and so they'll mix new colours for you if that's what you want to do. And then once you've done that, in exactly the same way as we've just done the other one, dry it again. And you'll still have flashes of gold shimmer in here because you're picking up all of the shimmer and all of the ink off your mat. And so for one application, for 3 tiny little dabs of ink on the glass mat, you get maybe 3 or 4 background, just at varying stages of intensity in colour. And you get all of that beautiful marbling in there as well, with the lovely spots, the gold luminosity and veil coming through that lovely watercolour background. I'll stop there, I'll not dry the whole thing. You can still see the beautiful gold flashes coming through there on that more pastel one. And so it's just, do I want it to be really deep and impressive, or do I want it to be more pastel and subtle? It's entirely up to you. And then, of course, you're just going to do your flicking to get your little bits on. So you see, that's all you do. So I just pick up for the mess from the thing on your card, on the back of your finger, some little flicks, and that's how you get those coming on. And then you dry those, and that's how you get that lovely kind of very eclectic look in the background. And that's what we've done for this, and what we did for this. Let me just grab it for you.
By the way, your canvas has won in a landslide.
Thank you.
We'll find you a gold star, stick on the board. Kim says, wow, I'd never want to get in the middle of Sarah and Leanne. Debbie Brennan says,
all in good humour. We're
all
good
in
friends.
good humour. We're all good mates here, really.
Yes.
Producer Johnny says we are, but Leanne would win. Debbie says, Leanne, you always make me laugh. Beverly Bryant says, Leanne, does it matter if you get bubbles?
No. Encourage the bubbles. Yeah, absolutely, because when they pop, you get that lovely effect. Now, look, I think that looks even more special with those little splashes around it there. So it's just easy to create these beautiful, beautiful backgrounds. So that's the intense one, 2 backgrounds from the same dabbing of ink, a more subtle one.
Yeah.
And then if you really want to use up the bits that are left, clean up with a bit of card.
Okay, yeah.
So you're not wasting anything.
That's it.
And you can do that.
Save it for another day.
And then pick it all up, dry it. It'll still have lovely veins of colour in. It's just mixed you a custom colour because they've all mixed together now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of stenciling over the top of that. Do a little bit of die cutting. Use it for a sentiment panel. It's got the lovely gold flashes in there. You haven't wasted anything. So out of 3 tiny dabs of ink onto the mat, we've got beautiful background, pastel background, piece of card for sentiment, all that match in the same tone.
Laurie Rose says, I don't have many ink pads. Would these be a good stash builder? Thanks in advance.
Absolutely. So if I was going to advise 2 sets of ink pads as your stash build, as your starting point, if you would say, I can only afford 2 sets of ink pads in my stash, what should they be, Leanne? Duet and one of the shimmers.
Right.
So, and please forgive me, Silver Shimmer, I'm sinning the gold. Because I just think that veil of gold luminosity through there, and it took us a long time to get the right colour gold, so it didn't look mucky and muddy, it didn't look cheap, so it looked classy, and it was a beautiful veil of colour. It took us a while to get that right. So if I was to choose for you, I'd choose Duet and Gold Shimmer.
Excellent, thank you for that. And just one, obviously, because we started talking about the canvas again. Do you remember the big mermaid tail canvas we had?
Oh.
Clarice is wondering, is it possible to get the instructions on that? Who made that? I can't remember.
Nicole made that.
Yeah.
It would be a 1.5 feet for her to do the instructions, but what I could possibly do, not ask her to do the whole canvas, but ask her just to show us the technique for getting the texture on the tail, and then the big tail itself, just in a little thing, and then see if we can do that. So if you're watching, Nicole, we're going to plan that into your already very large workload.
Too talented for your own good, Nicole, you see. And Teresa asks, one more question for now. Will you be bringing a box of My Special Papers for Christmas, Leanne?
Oh, well, not this year. It's too close to Christmas, but never say never.
She's very politician-like sometimes in her answers, isn't she, Leanne? I do like that. Answers without really answering. Oh, no!
What?
Oh, no, I've just seen a message from Susie saying the Daubers are showing sold out again.
Oh.
Did we already know that? I didn't know that. Oh. Well, we did know that. I didn't. Nobody told me, Susie. Nobody told me. Wow. Well, there you go. Wow, says Lynn. The backgrounds are great. Lots of love coming in for those. We've got about 15 minutes left. Do we want to squeeze in another demo before I kind of
I think
wrap
we'll do
up?
another letterpress,
Oh,
should
yes.
Because you love it. So
We
let's
do.
do another letterpress. So I'm just going to cut a piece of watercolour cardstock down. And then we'll apply some ink and we'll have a look at how we can make this one look a little bit special.
Okay.
So this is from a Sarah Signature collection, this one. I believe this is Vintage Butterfly that I've got here.
Okay.
It's from one of her signatures. It's one of my favourites and it's a very distressed butterfly. So I'm going to say yes. Well, distressed, not in an upset, but distressed in terms of a grungy design. And so I've got this, and this is a nice 5x7 folder. Piece of watercolour card of the same size. And then remember, you're going to feel it, and it's going on the deboss side. So that's usually the side that has the name screen printed on the back.
Oh, okay.
So I can feel that that's the deboss. So that when I say deboss, that means that the butterfly goes in.
Right.
I think this is the deboss side here, you see. That's emboss. Just checking. Yes, deboss. We're going to put it on this side, on this one. So just feel in where you want, where you want it to be white, you would put the ink on the opposite side,
right.
if that makes sense. So I know I don't want the butterfly to be coloured, I want the butterfly to be white, and I can feel that those bits are pushed in. So I'm okay to have that. Is that right, Leanne? No. Oh, Ben. I'm going to do this side and see what it looks like, Ben.
Do you know what? It feels like when I try to put my contact lenses in the morning sometimes, I never quite know whether I've got them the right way round or not.
So I think that's debossed.
Okay.
And I want it embossed. So yes, that's right. So I'm putting it on this side. Okay, I've convinced myself. So I'm going with cosmic purple. So remember, we just go straight to the folder.
Yep.
And we do light tapping. We don't push it in. You can do rubbing around and you'll get quite a bit of colour. So you can lay the ink pad flat on the folder and rub, as I'm doing here. And you can see you get the colour like that. It's missing areas and adding areas. And then you can do light tapping to consolidate it.
Yeah.
So that's with my cosmic purple. I'm going to do some flame pink.
Oh, yes.
So I think that'll look good. Oh, that goes well with the purple, Ben. Look at that. Yes.
Love a letterpress technique. I feel like it's something that we've sort of brought back here at Crafters Companion because I felt like I never saw it for years and years and years, and now it's a great, really easy to do but fantastic technique, isn't it?
It's a fantastic technique. It's so incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
I just want a little bit more of my...
Oh, yeah.
I want it to be full on gorgeous. Right, a bit of more of that there.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm going to do a bit of peach terracotta
okay.
up here. So let's get that. I'm going to just turn that round.
Beautiful, says Anne. Looking beautiful. Thank you both for a great show and demos.
Colours.
I've loved it all. Judy Onos says the Shimmer ink pads are awesome.
Don't worry if you get a bit on the other side of the folder because it's on the back of the piece you're going to be using, so we're not worrying about that. So I'm just getting nice coverage there. And I actually think just for a little bit of something extra, I'm going to put a little bit of Gilded Sky just in that corner as a little, as a moment.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. Right, so now I'm putting in my piece of watercolour cardstock, so I'll lie it on top, try not to smudge it around, close the folder, run it through your machine.
Okay.
Now, I've done different colours to what I did on my finished example.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you. You pick the colours that you want to use. Remember, we talked about when I'm doing... Sorry, looking with my glasses at you. When I'm putting the letterpress technique through the MIDI, I go forward, then I go back.
Yeah.
Just because I want the colour to be really well transferred. Going through the Junior or the Gemini, pressure is unparalleled. You don't need to do that. Then open up your phone.
Your phone.
Look at that. Now,
Yes.
I've done that matted and laid, bit of craft card, sentiment, beautiful. I think that's absolutely exquisite.
I agree.
But I'm going to take another piece of watercolour card. It's smaller because I haven't got a big piece. But I'm now going to do what we did before, and I'm going to spritz this. And and then see what the second impression looks like.
Okay, is this just a light waft of water?
Just like a perfume waft,
Okay.
yes. Perfume waft. I wonder if, oh, we've got a piece of card here that's not, yeah, that'll do, lovely. So this is not watercolour card, this is multi-purpose, but it's big. So let's see what that looks like.
Okay.
And then we'll run that through. And I love that because look, I've patted some ink pads onto an embossing folder and run it through my machine, and then just matted and laid it up and put it on the front of a card with a sentiment. So this is the great thing about these folders in terms of ink pads, in terms of you can get really techniquey with, well, I'm saying really techniquey, nothing's been difficult. You can do some different things with them, or you could do something incredibly simple, and it's going to look absolutely gorgeous, but you've just got that beautiful gold shimmer and shine through there. So that's, oh, that's lovely too, my word, I really like that. Yeah. So once that's dry, let's dry it.
This is so cool, says Christine. I've learnt lots today, says Patricia Day. And Beverly Bryant says, amazing. Pat Damaris says, I agree, I like the splatter effect. I'll definitely be trying this for cards as well as scrapbooking pages. And Trish says, shopping and entertainment, what a bargain. I've loved all the shenanigans. It has been a shenanigan and educational filled few shows, hasn't it? Ginger Bailey says, Ben, my husband just heard you say sold out. He said you can't watch everything is sold out. No, not everything, Ginger's husband. Just whatever it was that was sold out. What was it? Oh, the Daubers, that was it. The Daubers.
Right, I'm going to now take my glasses because I can't see without them. There we go. So look, we can see, I just want to show you this. When you do the watercolour, when you spritz it, can you see there's very definite big flashes of the gold in there, and then the subtle watercolour effects. I just love that, but I want the butterfly to stand out a little bit more. So you can do what we did earlier when we did this technique with a full ink background and then picking up the high points with an ink pad. And I would flatten this before I do it, but we're going to get the idea. And then I'm just going to brush that over the surface. Yeah. And I'm just going in one direction to pick up the high points. And that gives me more definition in that butterfly and in this swirl at the top. There we go. And so I've got that lovely distressed look, but I'm picking up the high points so you can see that butterfly popping out of the design below.
That's amazing.
And then you can dry that again. But then what you've got is real intense flashes of the gold then. It looks very distressed, very vintage, very grungy, very Sheena.
Very, very Sheena, actually.
Without being Sheena.
Yeah.
And I think when we see her take on these ink pads, we're going to absolutely love it. But look, so that's just the second, that's the waist.
Oh, yes.
That's the clean-up. And look how beautiful the gold is, and then you can see the butterflies popping out a lot more now. So that was the first one. Yeah. And then this is the clean-up.
Wowee. Do you know what makes me...
And that's it in a card.
Makes me love this is that I've seen about 7 or 8 comments now of people going, you know what I'm going to do this afternoon? Going to get my embossing folders out. Going to be doing this technique. I think I'll spend the afternoon letterpressing all my embossing folders, says Donna Yam. Alison says, definitely going to be getting my embossing folders out. Absolutely beautiful. And Fred171 with a nice summation here saying, techniques that were old are new again with the upgrade in inks. That is a brilliant way to be able to kind of think about this. Lynn M says, what a real wow moment this is. I love watching these shows and I love watching and seeing all of the amazing techniques. Stunning, says Vanessa. Patricia says, I've learnt lots today and I cannot wait until mine come. Yeah, do make sure if you've bought anything today from these shows, you can bookmark the shows on YouTube, of course. So, you know, you can come back and as soon as your goodies arrive, you can then come back, watch all of the shows with Leanne and, you know, enjoy the demos and join in. And of course, worth bearing in mind that we are 24/7 for birthday, so no doubt these shows will be repeated as well through the evening. And there you go, just as I said it should. I says I've just saved the video in Leanne's folder. Terry Mack says I love the second press with the letter press technique, something new to try. We have got just under 5 minutes left, Leanne, so before I kind of do a final wrap on how everyone can buy, have we got something we can sort of squeeze in a couple of 3 minutes, or just have a look at some finished samples maybe?
Shall we have a look on black card? I'm going to run over here.
Oh, where's she off?
Sorry, I'm back.
Yep.
Here I am.
There we go.
I was just on my shelf.
Yeah.
So bear with me. I just think I haven't shown you it on black card in any real detail, have I? So this is the Wild at Heart collection. And one of my favourite stencils in the Wild at Heart collection is the... I'll think of the word, Ben, in a second. It'll come to me. It's leopard print.
The what?
Leopard print.
Oh, the leopard.
I absolutely love, love, love it. So let's have a look at what happens when we stencil onto a black cardstock.
Yes.
We've not looked at that, have we?
No.
And I'm going to do it with the flame pink, or maybe the majestic red. And let me just check. I've got all my pieces here. I'm not going to have time to finish the card, but I'll show you the finished card. I think I did it with majestic red or flame pink. Flame pink. Yes, I did. Right, thought I did, remember. So I've got to write my notes, you know, Ben, because I forget. I forget my own name sometimes. Right, I am going to hinge this on here. There we go, hinge that onto the glass mat. And then I've got my stencil. You would use stick and spray just to hold it down, but I've not got enough time to do that, so I'm just going straight for it. So onto black cardstock with your dauber, flame pink, exactly as you did on your white cardstock. But what you get is you get more of the gold, lovely luminescence coming through.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of the colour shining through that as well.
Okay.
So you get a suggestion of the colour. Because it's an opaque colour, it will do that for you, and it looks just as gorgeous. I'm not going to do the whole stencil because you don't need to see that. You just need to see the technique and what it looks like when it's done. And for bold animal print like this, this really, really does work well. But actually, it could be any bold stencil that you've got with large open spaces. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous. So I'll stop there because you don't need to see the whole thing. And then I will dry it.
Okay.
And then we'll have a look at what that looks like.
Random one from Lily who says, Leanne, could you put puffy snow through a stencil?
Yes, just be careful. If you'd palette knife it through. And then heat it. Yes, is the answer.
Do it.
Do it. So I'm just drying that.
Oh, you can see it like the shine already.
Honestly, it's incredible. And then I've just done a few different things to get this card with the Wild at Heart using the Gold Shimmer ink pads. And you'll see how beautiful that is. So look, you get that flame pink with the gold in there. How exceptional is that? I mean, it really is. You can ombre different colours, so you don't lose the flame pink, but you've got that gold coming through. So I've done the background on here, doing exactly that. I've then majestic red, heat embossed the lips. I've used the flame pink to stencil in the background, and then I've used our Gilded Sky and flame pink to watercolour the lipsticks, and then I've stamped the Fabulous Friend exactly as I did the Beautiful earlier. So that entire Wild at Heart card done with our Shimmer ink pads.
What a show. We are out of time. Quickly, before we say massive thank you to Leanne, the winner in this show for her comment on Facebook is Alison Lee. Yes, Alison, you're the star of the show. You're into the Disco Ball of Delight. You're a step closer to winning that £300 or $300 to spend with us. Leanne, thank you so much for a fantastic show. You are back with Sarah in an hour with the HSM preview, aren't you?
I am doing HSM preview for a couple of hours, which it's my first time, so I'm very, very excited about that. And it gives you time to spend an hour with Ben and get some good deals.
Absolutely right. It's a great show. You get to sort of sit, relax, read the comments, and give all the stuff away. It's the best gig in town, honestly.
Thanks for letting me have a go, Ben.
You're welcome. I'm with you on Monday Makers in an hour's time, just for an hour. It's going to be fun. Get your showstopper. See you in a bit. Bye for now, everybody.